I already know what you're thinking. Quach, what are you on, my guy? This guy's talking about how every single gun in the game is broken, and now he's talking about the default gun. Yes, the Classic is the default gun in Valorant that everyone gets at the start of every round for free. You might be wondering how this gun could possibly be good if every single person in the game gets it every round. And to that, I tell you, it's honestly not that OP or anything. It's really pretty average in most ways, as it's got fairly low damage, not the best level of reliability, and no true standout feature other than that the game literally gives it to you for free. This brings up the question of how this gun could possibly be even in the question of being hidden OP. There's actually a couple of good reasons for why this gun may be your best option, and why this gun in particular has some features that no other gun in the game can match. You may not like it, but it's here to stay. This is the Classic. In this weapon guide, I'll be going over just how the Classic works, its damage profiles and statistics including recoil, interesting techniques on how to use it, and situations where it could be purchased or not purchased. If you want more videos and guides like this, be a homie and drop a like, sub, and comment your thoughts on the Classic and tell me what gun you'd like to see next. Let's put it this way, the strength of the Classic is not in the gun itself, but is instead about the level of opportunity it provides. Yes, on the outside, it may seem just like a pea shooter and does not provide any unique features compared to any other gun in the game, but that's one of its strengths. You know exactly what the gun can do and what to expect when you have it, and considering that it will be with you every round, you might as well make good use of it. The Classic is a semi-automatic pea shooter that has a maximum fire rate of 6.75 peas per second and carries 12 peas in its pod. Its known characteristic is that it's given to you for free every round. In order to kill, the Classic will require 2 to 3 shots to the head, 7 to the body, and 8 when hitting the legs, which means it will basically take forever. The Classic has an interesting feature built into its right click, which allows the user to actually do a burst of 3 shots altogether in exchange for reduced accuracy and a much wider spread. You should think of this as a mini shotgun feature, as using right click in really close quarters allows you to one-tap opponents to the head where you normally wouldn't be able to. If you are using all 12 of your bullets as well, it's usually really good to finish off with a burst of the right click. Although the fire rate of the Classic is decent for a pistol, by shooting at its max pace of 6.75 bullets per second, you actually lose a lot of accuracy and consistency. If you're trying to be slippery and are primarily going for chest shots, then it's okay to do this, but it's generally more reliable to slow this down a little bit and to time your shots accordingly. Also beneficial to be moving around while shooting the gun at times, as it makes you harder to hit and there isn't much of a movement and accuracy penalty by running around. Looking at the damage profile of the gun, there isn't much to really look at here, and you wouldn't really expect that either. It's definitely got the least punch of any gun in the game, which is natural for the gun you get for free. If you've made it this far in the video, you probably think I'm trolling at this point, because I haven't said anything that would convince you that this gun is worth it for everyone. But strap in, fellas, because I'm about to take you to Value Town on this one. Boys, this gun is free, which means that anything you get out of it is infinite value. The money you save by not buying a gun here can be spent on what I think will be the best way to still maintain a certain level of power, which is through the abilities in the game. The abilities in Valorant are the only constant in the game that will remain relevant no matter the situation, and at a very low cost as well. They are the differentiating factor in how Valorant is unique, and as such, the abilities are by design to be high impact and are what dictates the gameplay. By settling with the Classic instead of trying to upgrade to a different gun, the Classic enables you to get abilities in situations where you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Abilities in this game also carry over every round if you don't use them, so it's a good way to invest some money to gain potential strength for the round that you play, but to not necessarily risk any money on a round that you have a high chance on losing, such as an eco round. So the strength of the Classic is less about the gun itself and more about the alternatives that the gun provides you. It's all about that value play. Within the pistol class, the Classic is definitely the weakest in most categories compared to the strengths that the other guns provide you, but that might be a good thing. Its closest relative would be the Ghost, which many people love because it takes everything about the Classic and makes it much more consistent and more reliable. Although this means that the Classic is worse than the Ghost, it also means that the Classic is a well-rounded weapon and does not blatantly suck at anything in particular compared to the other weapons. If you have your abilities available as well, you could honestly be stronger than your opponents in certain situations where they may have opted to spend money on a gun instead, such as pistol round. Some abilities are very critical for clearing angles or for executing plays, which can outweigh the potential gains you would get from having a better gun. The gun itself is also very flexible, so you can really try to get creative with your strategies, and you won't be as restricted compared to guns like the Shorty or Frenzy. Outside of pistol round, the classic quickly becomes outscaled by most guns that cost any sort of real money, which is fine. Most of the time you're not looking for much anyway in these save scenarios, so don't be surprised if you simply get run over. You know that on the inside that you got your money's worth because you simply didn't spend any money. Any kills that you do manage to cheese in a save round means that you get an upgrade on the gun, no matter what gun it is. The classic can also be used as a pressure fire gun, meaning that you can just burn through its bullets to cover for your teammate who's trying to push, or to prevent an enemy from peeking to give your teammates some space to work with. Although an uninspiring weapon to some, the classic is your trusty partner through thick and thin. The gun's always going to be there for you in every round, in every situation, no matter how broke you are. So show some appreciation for it, and give it an honest shot before going for the ghost you were going to buy. Knowing this gun inside and out will be the foundation to building the weapon knowledge you need to succeed in Valorant.